Okay, so if we stop that there, and then we go and we look at the Paracas culture in Peru, we can see that same style of head deformation. And this isn't the kind where you're using a flat board. This is a very specific kind, and it indicates the diffusionism of culture from one area to the other. So that this line here that cuts through the Congo River Delta, and we find it originates and comes out of the Parana Delta system here. Okay, so we come out of the Parana Delta system and we follow this line. It's going to take us right through Paracas up here. Okay, so we can really start to make some connections here. So if we follow this line through, um, we're going to cut right through the middle of this channel. It runs parallel with the coastal area here, and then we're going to come right into the Indus Valley Delta. Okay, and if we continue to follow that, what we see is some interesting things. We see the Taj Mahal. We cut through the Himalayas and cut through Tibet, and then we come right back out at the Yangtze Delta. It's very interesting. So I'm just going to follow this line around so you can see it all the way through. Come very close to Easter Island. However, there's another river delta system that cuts directly through Easter Island. And then we come back and we come back out this Parana river delta system here. Okay? So that I found to be a very interesting grid system that seems to be based from the Yangtze as its central hub. So if we continue on, we come out in the next line here in this Parana Yangtze grid system that I've found here. If we continue on this line, you cut directly through the Orange Delta, and then it runs parallel and comes out the Zambezi Delta here. And we come extremely close once again to Great Zimbabwe. And now if we continue to follow this line, we run into major temple off of the tip of India, the Tanjore temple. And then we cut directly through this intersection with this line here. I don't know if that's a river delta. Yes. Wait, no, that's Indus Ganges. No, that's not the Ganges, sorry. This Indus Ganges is over here. So if we continue through, we're going to come once again through the Yangtze Delta. But what's interesting is that we cut right through Tokyo. Cuts directly through Tokyo. Exactly. And we follow it all the way through, and it takes us back to that Parana Delta system. If we connect the Parana Delta system here with the Amazon Delta, this is going to give us a vertical line, and we end up cutting directly through the Yellow River Delta system and the Yangtze Delta system. Quite incredible. Now, one of the lines that I wanted to go over as well was one of my original lines from my original global trade route matrix system, and that comes through this Aleutian axis here. And now I reworked the line, however. Let me see here. You know what? That was a different line. Hold on. This line, yes, this line came through the Aleutian Delta system, and it was based off of Angkor Wat here, and it was based off of coming through it comes through the Yangtze, and then it comes through the Amchitka axis point in the Aleutians, and then it comes through the former Colorado River Delta system, which actually came all the way out to the mountains here and would extend all the way out here. And so this was a major river delta system that has been destroyed, and this river has dried up by the dam systems that the United States has installed all throughout here so that people can live in the desert and go to Las Vegas. So they've destroyed this beautiful, once beautiful river system that really stimulated the ecosystem here. All the fish would come to spawn up this river system, and now it's all dried up. And there's people trying to fix it, but it's awful. But another interesting concept to know about this Colorado River Delta system is that there was a claim in the early 1900s on the front page of the Phoenix Gazette in regards to finding Egyptian artifacts within the Grand Canyon, which is connected directly with the Colorado River and was carved by the Colorado River. It's directly connected with Egyptian culture and with Indian culture from India, and they were finding Buddhist statues and mummies. Really interesting article was in the Phoenix Gazette, and they posted this article. And the archaeologists claimed they found these things, and the Smithsonian was coming out, and then it was all there. Nothing ever was printed about it again, and everything has vanished or whatnot. It's very strange. But they also find boats and whatnot all throughout this area that are just in the middle of the desert now because the Colorado is completely dried up. But we also find this cuts through LA. This line cuts through LA. Here, Los Angeles, which was another early area for civilization. But what I find extremely interesting about this line is we find that the line cuts through Lima, the largest city in Peru, but then we also find that it comes through very close to this area known as the Paracas Candelabra. And when you see it, it's just it was an image engraved into the ground, and it almost indicates this is where you come in your journey and you come here to trade, and it ends right at Paracas. And if we continue the line further, that takes us all the way to Nazca and the Nazca lines. So this line is very interesting, and it indicates that this was the direction that they would be coming from this image of the Candelabra on the shoreline as an indicator to come in. This is, you've reached your destination. And then it comes very close to the Atacama Giants, and we come back in and intersect with our Parana Delta area here. So the last line that I would like to talk about is this purple line here. And the purple line cuts through the Indus River Delta, okay? And then it continues through our Amchitka point, our central Amchitka axis point. And what is crazy is when you cut through that point from the Indus point, you end up dissecting directly through Easter Island. And then that takes you right around the tip of South America, and it runs parallel perfectly along the coast of Africa. Really quite incredible how the continents align with the river delta system and how that aligns with the Easter Island, which has anomalies and features all of its own. So these are the major correlations that I've found through these river deltas, and I'm sure that as I study this more and more pieces are going to come together. And as you can see, in the river delta image here, I've covered almost all of them, with exceptions to some of these lesser deltas in the north. I did do some global grid lines through them, and I did find some interesting correlations. However, I just wanted to condense the information in this video. Maybe I'll do a later video on those if anyone is interested in seeing that. So appreciate your time, and I hope you all found this as enlightening as I do.